Hi there, it's Nikki here from Happy Hormones and the NTBA, and today's Lunch and Learn I am finishing the building a sales funnel trilogy of videos, so part 3. So in part 1 we looked at your lead magnet, creating a lead magnet that you could give away in return for someone's email address. So you're starting to build your list. And in part 2, we looked at how to market that lead magnet. So how do you get it out there so that people can see it and then download it? And then you start to build some traction. And in part 3, it's about what to do with people once they've downloaded your lead magnet. So once you have somebody's email, you can't just forget about them. It's really, really important now to start building that relationship. So there's no point going to all the trouble to create your lead magnet, to market it everywhere, to get them on your list, and then just never ever follow it up or send them anything. You've got to start to look after them now. So you need to set up what we call a nurture campaign. And that will just build that relationship, increase that know, like and trust factor, and also remind them of what they signed up for, right? So the first thing to do is you start with a really good welcome email where you thank them for their interest and then deliver them the lead magnet that you've promised them. So whatever it is that you've created, you send them to that page so that they can download it, consume it, or whatever they're doing. They're watching it, listening to it, downloading it. So don't do too much else on your welcome email, because that might just annoy them, because they just signed up for your free thing. They just want what they signed up for. So just give them what they signed up for, and then you can put a little PS, hey, I hope you enjoy this. And then just give them one more call to action, something like, if you need any further help, do book a call. Now, putting book a call into your early emails with cold traffic, what we call people that don't know you, you're not going to get a call booked. Maybe the fast action takers, if they like what they see, like 1 in 100 or 200 even, might book a call with you. So don't get disheartened if nobody books a call with you, because it's really, if you think about it, you wouldn't book a call with someone you'd literally just met. You would need to kind of watch their stuff, do a bit more research on them. Your time is precious and you don't want to be booking a call with someone you hardly know. It just feels wrong and awkward. So, they're not going to book a call with you straight away. And that's when I think sometimes as well, when we put book a call on the website and you expect to be inundated, it's just not going to happen until they really know, like and trust you. And that's why it's so important to start doing these emails and being visible and being in front of them all the time, consistently, because that's what gets them to know you better, and that's what's going to be more likely to then book the call with you. Okay, so your welcome email, just give them what they signed up for. Then a couple of days later, you want to just email them and say, so this is email 2. I do it in 2 days. Some people do it the day after, but I like to give them a bit of time to actually download what they've asked for. And then I sort of start with, hey, how are you getting on with the thing that you downloaded, the guide, the video series, whatever it is. I'd love to know if it's helped. And then you might want to tell a story, because the idea here is to build some rapport, because all they've done is they've come across you, they've downloaded your thing, and you've sent it to them. So they don't really know anything else. So you need to build some rapport here. So I would either tell your story or tell a story of a client that you've helped with the thing that they've asked for that's related to that. So whatever your freebie is, it's solving a problem for them, hopefully. So whatever that problem is, you might want to tell a story about a client that you've helped, or your story where it's helped you. So tell them a story. People love stories. It just makes them relate to you even more. So, and then put your call to action, PS, if you'd like to chat, here's my link. And then email 3, a couple of days later, if you want to do that, is you want to give them a little bit more education. So I would here just start to talk about your signature system, or your kind of 3 steps to this, or your 4 keys to this, or something about your niche, and a problem that you solve and how you do that. So I would then talk a little bit, not too long, just a little bit about kind of how you approach things. And then email 4, a couple of days later, again, I would show your expertise, maybe a client testimonial, or a story here about how you've helped somebody. And then, call to action. Don't forget, I'm always available to chat in a discover-free call, or whatever you want to call it. And then I do one more final reminder. Hope you've enjoyed the guide that you sent them, And then I would then tell them what happens next. So you will be sending them weekly tips from now on. Obviously, always give them a chance to unsubscribe, which you should have in your email service provider. At the bottom, you should have an unsubscribe button. And then after that initial campaign, so I've described 5 emails. You can have more than that if you want to. I wouldn't have less because you want to build that know, like and trust factor. So have a minimum of 5. Once you've gone through those 5 emails, which you can set up in your email service provider, this is what I've just described, an automation. So when they download your freebie, then in your email service provider, it will kick off or trigger an automation, which is automated emails. You can set them when they go out, 2 days, 2 days, 2 days, and you can write them so that they go out automatically every time somebody downloads your thing. You don't have to do anything. Now, after those 5 emails, then you can set the automation to kind of go into your general list, which means that they will get your weekly or 2 weekly, whatever you do, tips, and that's your newsletter. But I don't like to call it newsletter because that sounds really boring. So once they've gone through that initial campaign, then they go onto your general list. And this is where you want to be very consistent with your content. You know, I've talked about this before, but being consistently visible with your content. So sending at least a weekly email, I would always recommend 2 weekly at the very least, but even then, you know, I like to be weekly in front of people. Otherwise, they just generally might forget about you because they're never going to read weekly emails anyway. So if you're doing it every week, at least they've got a chance to see you. You're there in the inbox every single week. Helps if it's the same day as well. And just be consistent with it. So every week, just send out something, and also be very, very patient, because somebody downloading your free gift may never be a client, but they may be a client quickly if they're a quick action taker, and that might take a few days or a few weeks. But some people take ages to like, know and trust you, depending on how much you're in front of them. So the more videos you do, the more newsletters you send out, that's going to be a quicker process. But some people still take years. We've been going for nearly 7 years. I still get people who signed up in the first year finally ready to work with me. So it can take years and years and years for them to do that. But you want to keep that consistency going, because there are lots of different types of people. There will be quick action takers who just they're ready now to get their problem solved, and you're in the right place, the right time, and you're the one they see. And, you know, if you're on video or if you sent them this little nurture campaign, they trust you and they'll book a call. There'll be the ones in the middle that take a little bit longer, but, you know, they're almost ready. And then there'll be the ones that need a long time to get to know you and trust you. Or they might just not be ready yet. So, you know, they might be stuff getting in the way. They might not be able, you know, they might be saving up, or they just not, their symptoms aren't yet bad enough for them to kind of take action. So watch out for all those different types of clients. I hope that was useful. Again, do subscribe on YouTube if you want to make sure you don't miss any of these videos. I'll see you soon.